Right. Hi guys, hi everybody. So there's two sides, boxing channel, and today with us Otto, the most, maybe the top heavyweight in the world, Otto Wallin. How are you, Otto?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. All right. So
Nice.
this is how was 2021 for you? What was the most remarkable event in the past year?
Sorry, can you say that again?
What was the most remarkable event for you in the past year?
I mean, unfortunately, I only had one fight, but it was a good fight against Dominic Brazil. It was in February, so for my career, that was the best, of course. And then I was gonna fight Dillon White in October, but he pulled out 10 days before, so that was a little unfortunate. But yeah, I would say probably that fight with Brazil.
It seems like Dillon White, having abandoned the fight with you, is now left with nothing at all. Are you interested in the fight with him in New Year?
Yeah, I am, of course. It was I thought it was a perfect fight for me because the winner would have got to face the world champion, which would be Fury, and I think that I could win that fight against Dillon White and then fight Fury again. So it's a really perfect fight for me. But now we don't really know. He doesn't seem interested in fighting me. Really, he wants to try to skip me and just go straight to fight Fury.
The other athlete was tried to do not fight with you. It was Louis Ortiz who was fighting last weekend. What do you think about his fight with Martin, and do you think he need to finish his career?
I think the fight, I thought that Ortiz was gonna win. I didn't really expect Martin to drop him like he did. He dropped him, 2 times, which was a little bit unexpected. But I think Ortiz came back and knocked him out. But I think you can start to see now that Ortiz is getting older. He's like 42 or something. Some people say he's older than that. I don't know. But I think his age is starting to show a little bit now. So I think that his goal right now is just to get a title fight and to make some money and then stop boxing, I think.
Do you think he can take the world title in the future or not?
I would say it depends on who has it. I don't think he beats Usyk, and I don't think he would beat Fury either. If it's Joshua, maybe, probably not. So I think at this point, I don't think so. But he's a big puncher, so I think he can probably hurt anybody, but I don't think he can at this point to win the title.
Definitely in 2021, Alexander Usyk begins to be perceived as a new threat to the heavyweight division. What is your prediction for his fight with the Fury and the possible rematch with the Joshua?
I think rematch with Joshua, I don't think it's gonna change much, to be honest. I think that Joshua doesn't have enough time to change what he needs to. But I think Joshua, he has the size and the power to be dangerous, but he really has to take more risk than what he did the first fight. Because the first fight, he was just trying to box at Usyk, and Usyk, he's a masterful boxer and very good at that. So he worked perfect for Usyk because he made it easier for him because he was the better boxer. Joshua really needs to be aggressive and use his weight and power to win against him and really be rough with him, I think. If Usyk's gonna fight Fury, I think it would be very interesting. I think Fury will be the favorite because he's so much bigger. He's 6'9", and I think that Usyk is maybe 6'1", 6'2", maybe. So I think that Fury is gonna be too big, but I would like to see that fight. It will be very interesting. And if Usyk could beat Fury, that would be amazing. That would be a huge accomplishment. But I would think that Fury will win that fight.
Would you like to fight with Usyk, and what would be your strategy when you're gonna fight with him?
Yeah, of course, I would like to fight him. He's the world champion now, so it would be perfect. And did you ask me about the strategy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is your
I
key?
can't.
Let's say like this. What do you think are the key for like for any other boxer to beat the Usyk?
Well, he is a cruiserweight that coming up to heavyweight, so he's a little smaller than the other guys. But I can't say too much, of course. But I would like to use what I'm good at against him, and to try to take away what he's good at. And I can't say too much, I think.
All right. Do you have experience with, of the fight with the Fury? What would your advice for Usyk before fight with the Fury?
I think it's very important to hit Fury to the body, because he is a big guy and it's easier to hit the body and the head than the head. So I think that he should stay down to the body, and he needs to really, he needs to get past Fury's jab and long arms. So he's got to use his upper body movement, which he's very good at, and his footwork, that's very good. He got to get closer to him and take angles and hit him to the body, I think.
You box with the Fury, and I mean maybe a little bit stupid question, but how you will rate his punch? He's a big guy. Does he has the hardest punch with the guy who you ever box, or like his punch not so heavy?
No, he's a big guy, so of course he punches hard, but I don't really see him as a puncher. He's a really good boxer. I think I would say his punches are heavy because he's big, but it's nothing. I was never hurt or anything. I would say I fought Joshua twice in amateurs, and also I sparred with him as a pro. And I think that Joshua punches harder for sure.
I got it. What you would say about the Tyson Fury resilience? Because other boxing expert, James Lloyd Bashir, said that he can be forced to lose early only if somebody cut him, as you did. What do you think? It's really impossible to knock him out, or yes or no?
No, I think anybody can be knocked out. Wilder has had him down a few times, but he has a big heart, of course, and he never quits, and he doesn't want to quit, and he's a tough guy. But I think anybody can be knocked out. And some referees would have stopped the first Wilder fight when he was down and almost looked out, and then he just came back from the dead almost and got up, which was amazing. Really good by Fury. But of course, I think somebody can stop him.
Continue talking about the Fury. Bob Arum recently said that he has two options for the Fury in next year. It could be Robert Helenius and Andy Ruiz. Do you think these guys can be really a problem for Fury?
No, I think Ruiz is too small, and Fury he's a smart guy, good boxer. So I think with Ruiz, he could probably come forward or box him and go backwards. I saw with Arreola, when he was trying to box Ruiz, he did really good, Arreola. So that tells me that somebody can just outbox Ruiz. But I think that Fury could be aggressive also, like I said. Helenius, no, I don't think so. He's a tall guy. He's a little taller. He's like 6'7", I think, but Fury's 6'9". So he can give him some trouble because he's a big puncher also. But I think after a few rounds, it will just be Fury, I think.
Speaking about the Helenius, he beat recently Adam Glovansky. How was that victory? Did you expect that, or was it unexpected for you?
It was kind of unexpected how he went. I think that the first fight they had, I felt like Adam was winning the fight and was doing really good, and it looked like he was going to stop Helenius, but then he got caught and knocked out. And then the second fight, he didn't really look the same. I felt like maybe it was his confidence or something. He didn't look like he was sure in the fight and had a lot of confidence. And I think that he got hurt with the first punch. So that might also have have played his part, because I think he busted up his eye like first punch or something, or so it was a really tough fight. But Helenius, he really, I mean, he did good. He really just almost was hurting Adam with every shot. So it was a little unexpected that it went down like that. But I knew that Helenius was gonna have a chance, but I actually thought that Adam was gonna win this time.
Talking about these guys, about Fury, Adam, and Ruiz, it's hard to not remember about the Deathology. How do you think? What is Deathology for you? How the big role of Deathology in the boxing?
Can you say that again?
Dietology. I mean, what are you eating? Like the food before?
Okay.
Preparation, all that stuff.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what I eat, I'm pretty basic. I'm a heavyweight, so I just gotta make sure I don't lose weight, pretty much. So I eat a lot. I eat normal healthy food. Like right before I did this interview, I had pasta, I had salmon and veggies, and then I always drink milk and orange juice to get some extra protein and carbs. So that's like, I have like a basic diet. I eat, my breakfast is like oatmeal with some blueberry, strawberry, and milk, and protein shake and eggs. So it's pretty basic stuff that I eat, but I have to eat a lot because I'm a big guy. So I just have to eat a lot to make sure I don't lose weight.
Continues. I think let's talk about the pharmacology, because like a lot of rumors among the fans, about Saul Alvarez that he's using some illegal drugs. Like we talked with a lot other boxers from Ukraine, from Russia, and they said like for sure he like something he's using. Nobody can say what, but looks like, hey, this guy just raising up in division every time and have a strong punch and beat the guy. How do you think about Saul Alvarez, and what do you think in like illegal things or in the boxing?
Well, I think that it's a problem with boxing. Honestly, I think that there's not enough testing. The testing costs people money, so they don't want to pay for it. So there's no like regulations or testing being done for most fighters. Like for my fights, I always try to have VADA testing as soon as I can. When we have a fight locked in, as soon as I can, I want the testings to start so my opponent can't take anything. And honestly, I mean, it's hard to say about other guys what they are doing and not, but if you have a guy that you see like he keeps putting on muscle, he keeps moving up in weight, it's a little suspicious. If you have someone that gains a lot of muscle all of a sudden and they've been training their whole life, like why would it just happen over for a few months? Like if you've been training with weights and boxing your whole life, then maybe when you're like 15 you will start grow really fast. But now when you're like 20, 28 or 30 or something. So I don't know what other people are doing, but some people get caught here and there. I think if it was more testing, more people would get caught, I think. I can hear you.
Sorry, I forgot that I muted. About some hype, like let's say the hype theme about Jack Paul. He had to fight with Tommy Fury last year, but that fight didn't happen. How do you think, like, can he actually fight with real boxer?
To some extent. I mean, he can't fight any big names or really good boxers. I think that Jake Paul, he's a really good promoter. He's done great for himself. Like, there's so many boxers, including me, that's much better than him. But this guy, people wants to see him fight because he's a really good promoter. So that's what he's good at. He's a great promoter, but he's not a great boxer. But he's taking it seriously and he tries to get better. So I can't really knock him for that. If people don't like him, I think that boxing can learn something from it. And I think that promoters, the TV networks, and everybody can promote us fighters better to make sure that people wants to see us as much as they want to see this guy that that we are better than.
Would you interested to fight with a blogger?
I mean, not really at this point, but if somebody can give me a good offer, I consider it, because I mean, if it's somebody that can't really fight, it might make sense.
Jack Paul, not even just like not even just a showman. He he's making money for fighters. I mean, he's like you said, he's a promoter. He make money. So what do you think about the salary for, I mean, paychecks for boxing? Do you think he the thing is, what I want to ask, he makes much more money as just some regular boxing? Do you think is honest or not?
Well, I mean, the rumors are that he makes good money, and from what I've seen, he makes good money. And they said that he donated to the fighters that was on his undercard, which is really nice. I think he paid like Amanda Serrano a really big money to fight, and extra money over what she was making originally. So he took that out of his own purse, and I think that's a really nice gesture, actually. So that's I think a really good thing, and you can't say anything bad about that. That he's actually sharing the money that he's making and giving it out to the other fighters on the other card. That's a really good thing, actually.
Like in overall, like people like not from the boxing just want to know. I think a lot of us this question, like the most thing for the boxers, they make much more money from the paycheck or from the advertisement or from the sponsorship. So what is the most? What do you think for the boxer?
I think generally it seems hard with sponsors in boxing for most people. For some reason, there's not a lot of big companies that want to be involved with it. That's my experience. But then you have really big names like Canelo, Joshua, Fury, and if you're at that highest level, then of course big companies are gonna want to sponsor you. So I think that people still makes most from the actual fights, where some other sports maybe you make more out of advertisements. But I think for some reason it's a little tough to get sponsors in boxing.
No, I'm gonna ask you not about the particular sums, but in general, how do you think? Who makes more money? People, boxers in America, in the United States, or boxers from Europe? And if it's not the same, what is the difference? Is it much difference? Is it a big difference? Is it not a big difference in the honors?
Well, I think it's a little bit hard to answer, but from my experience and what I think that you make more money here in the US. I think that there's a higher limit here. So I mean, it's almost endless with opportunity. If you become like Mayweather, you can make, he was making what, like 150 million for a fight. So which is crazy. But he's the person that made the most ever. So I think that is more money here to make. That's my feeling.
Speaking of if we started talking about, you are speaking about Sweden, professional box was banned in Sweden like at all. After that, the ban was canceled. Now it became legal, but from after the accident with the Eric Skorgland, do I think right? The question about the ban, raised again. What do you think? Is it good that it's banned there, or is it not? Or what do you think? What are your thoughts about it?
No, of course, I think it should not be banned. It should be allowed for sure. I mean, boxing was banned for like 40 years, and I think it was Cuba, North Korea, and Norway that it was banned in, something like that, and Sweden. So to me, boxing is a sport like any other sport, and it comes with risks, yes. And I think a lot of other sports does as well. And there's a lot of risks in life. And as long as you make sure nobody's forced to box, they do it on their own because they want to do it, then I think boxing is great. And it should not be banned at all. But there should be, there needs to be good people in it to make sure that you limits the risks and that people are prepared when they go up in the ring. And if a fighter starts to taking a beating, the referees needs to stop it. So I think boxing should be legal for sure.
What do you think? What the reason about this ban?
I can't remember fully, but I think that somebody got hurt in Sweden, and then the government decided to ban it. I think that's what happened, and they kept it banned for 40 years, which is a really long time. Amateur boxing was always allowed, but not professional boxing.
Who you know who's also the big name of boxer from the Sweden or from the like Denmark and like Norway?
We have Badou Jack. He's from Sweden. He lives in the US now, but he's from Sweden, so he's probably the biggest name. And then from Denmark, Mikael Kessler was a big name. Brian Nielsen, heavyweight. Right now in Sweden, we have Anthony Gigit. We had Eric Skoglund, but he got hurt, of course. He's still training, actually. He's still training and tries to come back one day. He's not sure that he's going to be able to, but he's trying, and he's always training and gets better. And actually, the boxing training has really helped him to get better from he had a brain bleed, and when he woke up, he was in a coma for a week or two, I think. And when he woke up, he couldn't move. But now he's really doing well again. He's doing much better, and that's thanks to the training and the boxing. So that's really good. And then we have some good women over there. Right now we have a world champion in Sweden, Patricia Berghult is her name, and she's very good. And then there's some other names also. So I think boxing in Sweden, I think we really needs like a couple of big stars that can really bring interest to the general public.
Talking about the Europe and the American States, let's come back in 2021. What is the like top fight was for you there? I mean, in general in boxing, what would you place number one?
You mean pound for pound?
I mean, like the most interesting fight. What was the best fight for you in 2000 or memorable? I don't know, in 2020.
Usyk Joshua, that was really good. I think Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos, that was a huge upset. We had, what else was it? Pacquiao, Ugas. I mean, Pacquiao's older now, but still a little unexpected that he lost that fight, I think, for me, because I didn't know Ugas before that. Heavyweight, Fury Wilder was a great fight, actually. That's 4. Now,
all right. But what do you put on the top of between this fight?
I would say either Fury Wilder, that was a great fight, or Lopez and Kambosos, because that, to me, that fight, how it played out, it was so unexpected. I just thought that Lopez was going to knock him out, to be honest, and he tried to, but Kambosos, he was really tough, and he took his best punch, and he was just coming back all the time, and he did really good. And it's going to be interesting to see what Kambosos does now, because I think still a lot of people underestimate him, and I think that whatever happened with Lopez that fight, I think you have to be very good to beat him. And so I think honestly, Kambosos, he can be much better than what some people think.
Yeah, me too. Because when I saw his fight, I didn't expect that. What would you name the most underrated boxer in the world history, or in the present?
I mean, we'll see what happens with Cambosos, but I think he could be underrated actually. It's gonna be interesting. I don't really know how good he is, but you gotta be really good actually to beat Lopez. He might have not had the best game plan and this and that, but I think still you have to be very good to beat him. And we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. So I think he might be one of them.
If not, we're taking that like the big name of boxing. Who do you choose your favorite boxer? But not Ali, not Tyson, of course, but some other one. Who number one?
Uh One guy I like is Pernell Whitaker. He was very good. Pernell Whitaker, Underwood, of course. He is a really big name. That's two of the guys that I really respect actually.
If like continues the topic, like what is your like favorite fight in the past? Like, would you like to watch?
Lately, I've been watching Pacquiao a little early on for him. I've been watching him when he fought Barrera. Yeah, that was very good. I always liked watching Pacquiao, even when I grew up and I started boxing. When I found Pacquiao, I used to like to watch him a lot because he's a southpaw like I am, and he's just a very exciting fighter and amazing how many punches he can throw and how fast he is or was, and also he had good power. So I always like to watch Pacquiao, and it's nice to see him early on when he was coming up.
And by the end, and let's start with some simple question. Like, what do you like to do? Not a boxing, like, or some other stuff.
I like to play golf. Actually, I play VR. I have a VR set that I play video games. I like that. Other than that, I like sports like soccer, ice hockey, which I mean I never played anymore, but I used to when I was younger. Hang out with friends, go out sometimes. So that's what I like to do when I'm not training.
So, do you like the video games? What is your favorite?
I play in a VR game now. It's called Population One. It's kind of like Fortnite, but for VR. But it's amazing. It's I have to restrict myself so I don't play too much, but it's hard. But I always try to put training first, so I never let the video games get in the way of training. So at least that's good.
What is your favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
It's always hard to answer, but I think Shawshank Redemption. That's a really good movie.
What is your association with the Ukraine? Somebody say Ukraine. What do you think?
I really have no idea actually. I'm not. I haven't followed it so much, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know
Like
enough
the
about it.
first word, like boxing, or like I don't know, mountains or something. Because like somebody says,
Oh, that's what you
North,
mean.
yeah.
I thought you meant the political. But
No,
okay.
no.
Oh, okay. What do I think of when I think about Ukraine?
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably say boxing at first because Ukraine has really good boxers and has always had a good boxing culture, I think. So it's interesting, Klitschko, both Klitschko brothers, Lomachenko now, Usyk. It's interesting.
And if not about politics, what are your association about Russia? When you hear Russia, what do you think about?
I think about my brother because he has a Russian wife, and he's in Russia right now, celebrating the holidays there. Yeah, his wife is from Tomsk in Siberia, so they are there. And we went there for his wedding. That was when I was 18, 19, so like 12 years ago, something. But it was nice. It was in the summer, so it was very hot.
Nice. And few short questions. Money or glory?
Money.
Ali.
No. Wait. It depends. I mean, if you mean glory by like being famous and stuff like that, then I would take money. But if you mean like people respect you and remember your name, it's a little harder. But money is very important. So I would never sell myself to make money, but I would never sell myself to make money. So if that means if I choose money, that means my name is tarnished and you know people won't respect me, then I won't take it. Then I won't want the glory to be remembered as a good person, for sure.
Ali or Tyson?
Ali.
New York or LA?
I've never been to LA, so New York.
And last one, coffee or tea?
Tea.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Otto. There was Otto Wallin, the top heavyweight with us today. Thank you so much, Otto, for the interview, and subscribe for our channel, Two Sides on YouTube. Thank you.
For sure. Thank you very much, Igor.
Good day. Thank you.
You too.